You know what day it is. New truck day. Let's go! Welcome to the channel if you've never been here before, and welcome back if you have. I am Matt, this is Bullman Built RC, and we are going to go over the two new trucks that I got just yesterday, actually. So, here we go. First up, we have the Ford. Where we start is we have this completely 3D printed body. He actually weathered everything. It's all paint from what I can tell. I'm not 100% sure exactly what was where, like if it was blue and then white and then the rust. I don't know. It is cool though. So the really neat part is he's gone around and dented this whole truck. So every panel basically has some sort of dent. The driver's door has a hell of a dent in the side here. The fender has a little, I think yeah, it's right there. The hood has a little dent. It's actually a super cool truck. The interior is all painted. The bed is basically weathered to death. And then now what we have is he printed some sort of, what does it say? SCX-10-2 TRC. Oh, it's a Cherokee mount of some sort. The body tilts back and he does have an interior in it. It needs a few little things. He had a driver glued in it and the steering wheel is missing, which I'm hoping is in here. But underneath, honestly, it's just a basic 10-2. He has a little bit different shock mount that's set up here. He's got a piece of like small angle with some shocks, and then he's got, I don't even know what these are for, some sort of little bracket, and then the shocks go. It has all droop in the rear, and these are probably like 60 millimeter shocks, 70 maybe. They're not too insane long. Then the front has axial, it looks like. Yeah, axial front shocks with pin springs. So, I mean, it's not bad. Some sort of brushed motor. I can't tell what that says. 35 turn double crawler something. I don't know. A little 1060. And then the receiver box is still there. The battery does still go up there. I don't like that. Because when you shut the body, clamp the body down. When you put the body back down, you can see the battery in there and it doesn't have a floor. And I think, in all honesty, if you move that battery box, you could make a floor, cut it, and then have no electronics showing. But you'd have to run a smaller battery, which personally I do anyway. That's all personal preference, but I would rather take three 1500s and go on a really long trail than have one 6000 in there just completely messing up the whole look and honestly the performance of a scale truck. Just because it's a scale truck doesn't mean it has to perform like complete garbage. Use a smaller battery, move things around, keep all the weight low, that way the hard body and the lower weight and maybe a little bit of brass, a little, Traxxas people, a little brass, that's a joke, a little brass down low to offset the body, and usually a trail truck will do pretty well even with a hard body. Now underneath we have Dick CPEC Mud Countries, and then we have, they could be actual RC 4-wheel drive, they could be knockoffs. They're just white wagon wheels that he's rubbed a turd on or something. I don't know, they're not rusty looking, but they sure are gross. The second thing I don't like about this truck is the bumpers are actually attached to the body and not the chassis, which in the rear does help this flip back and, you know, pivot and everything like that. I'm usually really fearful of breaking things, so if I hit this bumper too hard on something, then I'm afraid that the bumper's not just going to fall off, it's going to crack the fenders or blow out something. I don't know. The rear bumper had come off before I got it. He threw that in, even though he didn't reattach it or whatever. He just kind of threw it in the bed and said, there it is, do what you want to do with it. So that is the first truck that I got. If I kept this, it would immediately go on either 10.3s or F10s. I would change the tires, and even though the wheels kind of suit the look, I would probably do something a little more old school, but still cheap. Not like Ingen Weld old school, because those are a lot of money per wheel. Maybe something along the lines of having RC Forge make me some like 3/4 inch wide, if not a little narrower, just 10-hole bullet hole wheels, and that way it would kind of, I don't know, class it up a little bit. I just really hate wagon wheels unless they're done like correctly, and these are not. I just don't like them. That's basically it. I just don't like the wheels. The interior is not bad. It just looks like it's only been painted once, like it had one really heavy coat, and the lines aren't exactly as crisp as I would need to make them for myself. The outside, though, is perfect. It just needs a rear window. It already has the front window, which is the hard part. Put a rear window in it, and this thing would be killer. Maybe a tube bumper for the front and like a double tube for the rear. Or, I mean, in all honesty, the step bumper is really not that bad. But that's just me doing the whole, like, if I would probably change a few little things. Maybe the transmission. Maybe put something forward mounted with the transfer case. That way I could have a full depth interior. I'm not sure, because this isn't really full depth. It's like half-ish, 2/3. I like it a lot. I hope Logan buys it, because if not, this could definitely be hanging around. So that is what I got. Next, we have an OBS Suburban. If you don't know what OBS is, it's a Chevy truck that is kinda from 88 to 98. The 1-tons and the Suburbans went all the way to 90, I believe, maybe 91. I think it's 91. And then, so these would have started at 92 and then gone to like 99, I think, before the Suburbans switched over. For whatever reason, GM started doing this whole like classic, and then they just kept going on the thing. I don't know. It's GM. I don't know what they were doing. I don't know. So, anywho, this is a somewhere along the lines of 90s Suburban. So, I got it. It's 3D printed as well. Scott has a really nice 3D printer, and he has worked really hard in making it make very, very nice prints. The bodies that a lot of people make are very, very rough. He has done a lot of work to make sure these things are smooth. They're not perfect still. You do have to do some body work, but you have to do way less body work with his bodies that I have found than a lot of other people. So I would definitely give him praise for that. Anywho, this thing is a 10.3 Gladiator underneath. So he's designed some really cool body mounts into this. This is actually like a 10... I don't even know what this is. This is like a rear mount for a honcho or something along those lines. And then the rear, he has glued on some little tabs. And he's used the stock mounts on the bottom of the Gladiator, so that way he didn't have to make any mounts on here and on the body. He just made them on the body. Does have a regular 10.3 trans with the dig and the overdrive. Can't remember which one's which. It doesn't have drive shafts, so I can't really tell. 35 turn dynamite motor and some little cheapy servo that I believe is locked up because it won't steer. Pretty sure these are the knockoff KLRs. Then it has knockoff 105s as far as wheels go. They look okay. They are what they are. I don't know if this thing has anything in the wheels. This is really heavy up front for some reason. Maybe that just is what it is. I'm not sure. And with that, I also got a lot of extra pieces. So this is the interior. So you have the rear interior and the middle interior, I guess. He did cut out for the shift servo, which honestly I really wish that wouldn't have happened, because I would personally rather take that servo out and just get rid of it than have a big ass hole in the floor. Or figure out another way to mount that to where it's under the interior, but whatever. This is airbrushed, maybe. It kind of looks like a little front seat. And then I got the other front seat. And of course, the rear seat, which luckily is hollow, because this thing looks super heavy, but it's actually not. I got the grill. So if anybody knows what that is, I'll probably figure it out before the videos come out, and then I'll put it up here on the screen. But this is the grill for it. That looks like one of the later ones, I believe. I don't know. Front bumper and the rear bumper. And then I also have the dashboard, and he has cut some of that out for the transmission, which honestly you can't really see it once everything's in, and you can probably kind of patch around it. That dashboard is enormous, and it has that huge center console, so you really kind of like, it'll be darker in there, so it'll be kind of hard to see anyway. And then so we have the column and the steering wheel. I have 3 mirrors actually, so maybe one of them is a little nicer than the other. A couple body pins. I have no idea what these little cuppy things are. A shock limiter and like 4 random screws. I did go to Advance yesterday, and I got some medium garnet red metallic. I'm not 100% sure that would have been a color on this Suburban. I know most people don't care, so I went ahead and did that. The gray with the primer and everything, with as much surface area as you have here, it just kind of looked like meh. So it looks better in resale red than it does in gray. I went ahead and did that. If someone cares enough, you can sand this off. I mean, it's got a gas out now. It's probably still, like, if you sanded it, it would be soft. But if somebody liked it enough, you'd have to do a little bit of body work, not much, honestly, and then repaint it, whatever you want to do. If you don't care and you're just going to just go out and drive it and bash it, I'm including the can if anybody wants it or whatever. I'm not 100% sure this is for sale. I don't know if it'll be for sale by the time I get this video out. My plan is to take it to Rocktober and at least show it off. If someone wants to buy it, it'll be there. So that is my new Suburban. I do like it a lot. I do plan on taking it to Rocktober and seeing if anyone wants it more than I do, but I will be showing it off basically because that is apparently what my job is for YouTube now. So that's it. So that wraps up my 2 new trucks. I hope you enjoyed watching. You know the drill. Make sure to like and subscribe and all that junk. Check me out on Facebook groups, and Instagram, Bullman Built RC, across the board. Monday nights live on YouTube at 7 p.m. Eastern. Stay tuned for the bloopers. I appreciate you watching, and I will see you later. Bye! Girl dad problems. Stuff everywhere. There's more of them. Good. Have girls, it'll be fun. Instead of rambunctious all boys, you'll just have glitter and beads and fucking sparkles everywhere. It's great. Things that I got that. So where we start is we have this completely damn it. So the bed tilts back. He does have an interior in it. Actually, he does have an interior in it. The bed tilt. The only thing I don't like about this truck is the front bumper. Well, the outside thing that I don't know. Maybe something more along the lines of having our. What the hell? Maybe have off voodoos or knockoff. Damn it! Ow, that hurt. I don't see a reason why it would have real ones and he would sell them to me. Whatever. Anyway, it has knockoff 101s or 105s. Damn it! Does look better. Why am I pointing over there? Why don't I just move the damn thing? No balls. This chair sounds like a cat. What's that creepy ass cat that was on Mr. Rogers? What was this, kitty or something like that? I think. All right, let's get the hell out of here so I can move this down.